Well, this is the last weekly video of the year, so I thought I'd do the same thing I did last year, which is a Photo Friday recap. I have a Facebook page, and every Friday I post one of my favorite pictures from the week. I take a lot of photographs, so every Friday I post one. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes not. Well, you'll see, because they're upcoming. Hope you enjoy it. I'll try to make it not too boring for you. Okay, here we go. And here I am remembering that it's Photo Friday and that I hadn't posted a picture yet. So, a great way to start the year. It's Kathy cutting my hair. I don't usually go to a stylist or a barber or anything like that. Kathy has cut my hair many, many times, and I'm more than happy with it. And every morning, Kathy and I play a game of cribbage. The winner gets $1, and the loser loses $1. And we collect those dollars and go out for dinner on it. From the looks of this one, I won. And as you may or may not know, I'm a bread baker, and sourdough is something I do from time to time. So this was my Photo Friday. Hands off the sourdough. Truth is, I share. I give a lot of it away. And I'm sure you know, I've said it enough times, that our morning coffee every morning, any time that we can, we spend it on the porch. And this is obviously a coffee on the porch picture. And getting into February here, the weather being what it is here in western North Carolina, these are the first of the daffodils. And I'm getting ready to make a pecan pie because my son is coming down for a visit and he requested a pecan pie. It was a 2-apron job, as you can see. And this is us at Anna Ruby Falls down in northern Georgia. Every once in a while we get a little snow here, and when we do, it's an event. And this one looks like we got less than an inch. Sasquatch's northern cousin stopped in for a visit here. And from time to time I have a low photo week, so I make the joke of I didn't take a lot of photos this week, so you get a gratuitous self-portrait. This is another morning coffee picture, except indoors. Every once in a while you get a notice on your phone, whether it's Facebook or whatever, about there's going to be a blood moon or a harvest moon or some crazy, there's all different kinds of moons. Well, this one, we decided to get up and take a look and see if we could see I think it was a blood moon this particular time. You can see how much we enjoyed getting up in the middle of the night to look at the moon. And there is the real moon, the real full moon. This past spring, I kind of got on a camping kick. I tried to convince myself that I'm not done camping yet, and I bought myself an air mattress, a little bit better one than I'm accustomed to, and I was testing it out in the living room. I won't show you the pictures of me trying to get up off the floor. And in April, our friend Dennis came down from Wisconsin for a visit. He comes down in the spring usually for a few days. And just another little goofy Photoshop type picture that I did for spring, welcoming spring. Another little goofy morning coffee picture. In the end of April, I had to take my motorcycle in for some service. I had a trip coming up and needed a new tire and oil change and all that business. So I made an appointment over at the Harley dealership over in Chattanooga. And I dodged the rain on the way over there, but it caught up with me on the way back. So I got rained on the way back from Chattanooga. It happens. It wasn't so bad. And in May, Kathy was down to Florida watching the grandkids and visiting the family down there. And so I was at home being a bachelor for a week or two. And this was bachelor breakfast, ice cream out of the jug. And when the mountain laurels are in bloom, it's always kind of a nice sight, so I usually get a picture of the mountain laurels. We have a fair amount of deer in the area here, and they have particular paths that they seem to walk. And this is one of them. I stepped out to go on my morning walk, and 4 deer right up on the hill right across the road, and they all were staring right at me when I came out the door. This is the after picture of our morning walk. I don't know if this was our first ride of the season or not. Since it's June, I suspect that we'd already been out before, but every once in a while you just have to take a picture with your motorcycle. That's just a thing. Everybody with a motorcycle knows that. You have to take pictures with your motorcycle. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't remember the story behind this picture other than it was just a goof. That's all. I'm pretty sure this one is the summer solstice. Obviously, it's a Photoshop. I wasn't at Stonehenge. I think this was another time that Kathy was back down in Florida with the kids, and I decided to have a campfire in the morning, and I did campfire coffee. This was a visit when our grandson James came up to spend a week with us in North Carolina, and we took him to a local yard art store, and they have some really interesting yard art. This is just an example. And we always have a squirt gun fight while he's here, and that's always a blast. I think I called this one the Carolina Water Warriors or something like that. Have squirt guns, will travel. And here we have a squirrel feeder that our neighbors across the road gave us a couple of years ago, and you put a few peanuts inside, and the squirrels have to lift the lid to get to the peanuts, and it's kind of entertaining, to be honest. Right across the road from the house here, we had a number of bucks in the area this year. At one time we saw 5 bucks all together in a group. Here's another goofing picture. I think Kathy was down in Florida again. She spent a lot of time in Florida this year, and I think the comment on this one on Photo Friday was, "This is how it feels when Kathy's gone to Florida," or something. Desolation Row. And during one of our frequent power outages, I said, "What do you do in the morning when the power's out? When you wake up and the power's out?" "Well, you get your camp stove and your kerosene lantern and your campfire coffee pot. Make great coffee, percolator coffee." And 2025 was my 25-year sobriety anniversary. Another thing around Western North Carolina here is our variety of mushrooms. We have dozens of different varieties of mushrooms, and this was one that I saw on our morning walk. And spider webs. Plenty of spiders down here too. I don't know what kind of spider makes this kind of web, but it was interesting. It was so chaotic. Normally you see the spider webs, you know what a spider web looks like, and they're very precise and everything. And this one was just just a mess. It was interesting anyway. And this was during my motorcycle trip to Texas to visit my Navy buddy, C-Bob. That's C-Bob on the left there, and Kathy sent along with me a couple of shirts, and we opened them while I was there. It's at the start of the end of the Natchez Trace Trail. That was the part of the route that I took from North Carolina to Texas. Very nice ride there. This is another goofing. This is me starting up with the artificial intelligence. Just made a action figure. What would I look like as an action figure? So this is what they came up with: chainsaw and a gas can. Well, actually, that's what I asked for. But another gratuitous self-portrait. This was from our morning walk, and we often have fog in the morning, certain times of the year, and it makes some pretty nice pictures. I really like this one. And this was a couple of coffee mugs that one of Kathy's friends brought us when she and another friend came to visit. Another little bit of artificial intelligence here. This would obviously be for Halloween. And another one from our morning walk. The leaves had mostly fallen by now, but this one yellow tree, I don't know what kind it is, during our walk, it stuck out, so I had to grab a picture of that. And another one of our snowfalls. Another cup of coffee on the porch in the morning. This one was November 21st, as you can see, 61 degrees out. That's 11 degrees over our minimum, so usually it has to be over 50 degrees. This was a beauty in November. This is Kathy getting ready to decorate for Christmas. This might have been Thanksgiving Day, or the day before Thanksgiving maybe. She was staging to put up the Christmas decoration. And since we couldn't get the kids down on Christmas Day this year, we decided to get together in Savannah instead. So they came up from St. Augustine and we drove over from Carolina and spent a couple days in Savannah, which was really nice. And this is the two of the grandkids here celebrating Christmas early. Another gratuitous self-portrait. And this is some of our neighbors from our subdivision here in western North Carolina. Neighbors across the road had a Christmas party and invited everyone, and these are the ones that could make it this year. And finally, Christmas during our morning walk. The last couple of days before Christmas, we wear our Santa hats just for a couple of days. We get a pretty good response. People are pretty good around here. And that's it. That's the end. Thanks very much for being here. If you've been here all year, I can't thank you enough. I hope to see you after the first of the year. 2026 will be something special. We'll continue doing what we're doing. Once a week on Sundays, and who knows what else. You just don't know what the future's going to hold. So have a great New Year's. Peace and joy, my friends.